Hello, this is Scott Johnson, otherwise known as T_Itchy on Twitter or just Itchy on GitHub.com. Purpose of this screencast today is to introduce my latest website, open-ftp.com. OpenFTP is a bouncer for your downloadable files. OpenFTP controls access to your shared files and will even text you if someone downloads them. And it'll keep unwanted access out, away from your files. OpenFTP is built on top of Box.net and Twilio.com APIs. To introduce them just a little bit, Twilio is a communications platform that allows you to integrate phone calls or text messages right into your website. And Box.net is a way to share files, sort of like a FTP site on steroids, a way to share files and communicate with your coworkers. My idea with OpenFTP was that I wanted even more control and notifications about people who are downloading my files. A lot of times I would put a file up to be downloaded and I would have no idea who downloaded the file or when they downloaded the file and how many times it was downloaded. So the idea behind OpenFTP was just to give me greater control and understanding over who was accessing my files. I figured there were probably other people out there that wanted the same understanding about their files. So to use OpenFTP, you would log in, and once you logged in, you would come to a file that listed all the files that were in your Box account. Here you can see that I'm not watching my ping file, but if I wanted to watch it, I could watch it or unwatch it. Don't necessarily need all your files that are in Box to be in OpenFTP. A lot of them, Box handles everything you need just fine. But if you wanted more control over how many times a file could be downloaded, or if you wanted to get a text message when a file was downloaded, then OpenFTP would be a good option to go ahead and bring it in and have it watch your file. For example, I've had my notes from the Lone Star Ruby conference on my Box FTP site, and I wanted to go ahead and allow others to download them. So right here it creates a public URL that I can copy and paste, give that in an email or any way I want to distribute that out. The next option is to notify as true. That means whether or not I'm going to get an SMS text message when it's downloaded. And then it's been downloaded once already, and it has a maximum download opportunity of 2 times. If I wanted to allow that to be downloaded more times, I could just click the up button as many times as I would like. And once I've sent this to a user, when they're ready to download it, they can paste it in their browser or click on a link in an email, and it'll take them to my site, and as you can see, it downloaded my file. You just heard my phone over there give me a text, but I can't show you my phone, but here is a sample of the text message that shows up on my phone. It tells me which file was downloaded, which URL code was used to download it, and the total number of times that file has been downloaded. Now, if I go back to my OpenFTP site and refresh it, we can see that the file's been downloaded 2 times with a maximum of 2. So if I go back to my web browser, put in my URL and try to download it again, I'm going to get notified that I don't have permissions to download this file. Something else that was great about this that my wife pointed out, maybe an example, the example that I thought of when I put this together is when I worked for an ad agency. A lot of times workflows would depend on when files were available and when people had downloaded files. So this would be a great way to just sort of track and keep up with file movement throughout an organization, help streamline your workflows. My wife thought of another idea, which was for the PTA. A lot of times they'll include the agendas in the emails, and then they have no idea who looked at the agendas or when they looked at them. So if you had a file and you wanted to distribute it out to people and know who looked at it, you could put their links in the email, and then when they actually open the file to look at it, you would get a text message notifying you that they did in fact look at the file you sent them. Just a little more ways you can keep on top of your information that you're sending out to the world. Again, this was created as an entry to a contest to mash up the Box and Twilio APIs. It suits a specific need for me, and I hope to continue to use it in the future, and I hope it provides value for others. If you have any questions, you can reach me at 7.scott.j@gmail.com. Thank you very much.